I'm Robert.
And I'm Emma.
And you're watching Hot Rod Madness. Yeah. Yeah.
If you've ever been blinded by the chrome of a classic ride, ever dreamed of owning a ground-pounding street machine, you've got it. Hot Rod Madness. At Hot Rod Madness, we believe every car has a story, whether it's a weekend cruiser or a trophy-winning classic. Here to bring you those stories is the host of Hot Rod Madness, Tim the Milkman, along with the Hot Rod Madness crew. Each month on the north side of Atlanta, a cruise-in spectacular occurs. It's Caffeine and Octane. Let's join Hot Rod Madness as they check out the classics, muscle cars, exotics, and tuners at this truly amazing event.
Hey, welcome back to Caffeine and Octane, man. I'm checking out some really cool rides out here, and I come across a very unique vehicle. Now, this is somewhat of an older build, but it was quite a famous build. This guy, Chuck, can tell us all about it. Chuck, how are you, sir?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good.
Not bad for a little chilly morning here at Caffeine and Octane.
For a Florida boy, it's a little chilly.
Yeah, you're from Florida.
Well, spent most of my life in Southern California, but
Okay.
I grew up in Florida.
All right.
So 65 to me is getting cool.
Okay, give us a little history about where you came from and what you've been doing all these years.
Well, I've been unemployed since 67. My last paycheck came from Carroll Shelby. We were working on the race team, and when the money went away, I've done various projects over the years. Did some off-road racing, some airplane racing, run Can-Am in 69, ran Trans Am in 68, but I'm a little too old for that now, so started building various cars. This is something we did in 1990. And this is a prototype for the project, so we cleaned it up quite a bit for the production, and this is at this point, 25-year-old, haven't been taken care of very well car. So
I may have saw this in a magazine once before, and to look at it, man, you would never know exactly what it is. It's quite a sleeper.
Well,
this is a little beast on wheels here, the Shogun.
Show and gun for the show motor. But a friend of mine was in Europe driving the RS200, came back. We were talking about it, drinking beer one night, and, we said, we ought to do something like that. So we called a friend of ours, Ford PR on the West Coast. What's the smallest? Don't you build a little bitty car? Yeah, the Festiva. We want one. So I wound up with this thing. We bought a wreck show, put the motor in the back. Everybody seemed to love the cars, so we set out and produced about 8 cars.
Okay.
Ford Legal got involved and said, you can't be doing that.
Wow.
It'll be our responsibility because you have no money. And Leno has one, several guys, collectors have one.
Okay. Let's step around here and open the hatch right quick. I want to get a peek of this thing. Dollar Bill, point your camera under this hatch here, and let's see exactly what kind of power plant we're looking at. All right, tell us what that is, man.
Well, we just pulled the show motor out of the front, put it in the back. Basically, it's an entire show front end in the back of the car.
Okay.
Change the instrument panel and seats, and of course it has the show brakes all around. So car weighs about 2,200 pounds. In the day, it was a 0-60 car, I think 4.4 seconds or something, and a little over 100 miles an hour in the quarter and high 12s.
So when you transfer the weight to the rear, now what's it like driving it now?
Well, it makes it like a decent car.
Yeah.
You've never seen a front engine car go very fast.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
I can imagine it's a little different, isn't it?
Well, think about it. The Porsches are pretty well known as the best handling cars on the planet. So where do you put the motor?
Yeah, I had a hand into the Poor kit cars too, didn't you?
Well, we did about 2,500. I'm the guy that started
Yeah.
the Spider.
Right.
We currently do the Spider, the Speedster, the Cabriolet,
Wow.
and I'm working on a 356C coupe now.
Mm-hmm.
Over the years, I did a bunch of Lister Knobbly replicas, and it's either this or go get a real job.
Yeah.
So
We don't want no real job, do we? No.
they give you a paycheck, but
Yeah,
you know, it's not fun.
Nope, it's not near as fun, is it? Well,
Yeah.
all right, Chuck. Man, I appreciate you showing your ride here on Hot Rod Madness today, buddy. Hey, Rutledge Wood, how are you, sir?
What's up, buddy?
All right,
Glad
man.
to see you guys.
Welcome to Caffeine and Octane here on Hot Rod Madness.
This is awesome, man. It's my first
Isn't it?
time making it to the show. I always wanted to come, but
Yeah.
traveling and doing Top Gear and stuff and NASCAR, it's hard to ever make it. But finally made it here. It's awesome.
Man, I can imagine your schedule. We're proud to have you here, buddy.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Love the chocolate brown 50 model. What is it, 53 maybe?
This one it's actually a 49.
Yeah.
This is my wife's truck. We built it on Lost in Transmission that I did on History.
Okay.
It's on an 89 S10 frame. Built it at the Kenwood Rod Shop. Brian's Paint and Body in Sharpsburg did all the paint work on it, but we love it. Built it with Summit Racing. It's got a 383 blueprint under the hood.
Oh, yeah.
700 R4 trans and big Coker wide whites on there, and
Yes,
just
sir.
cruising. Love it.
Man, that's super sharp, buddy.
It is nice. I did have to ask my wife if I could bring it.
Yeah, it's her truck.
It is.
Yeah.
It's truly her truck.
Where's she at? She didn't come with you?
No, she's smarter than that.
Yeah,
It's too cold
it is
for her.
cold out
I mean,
here.
it's got vintage heat and air in there, but that
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
mean you could sit in there all day. You actually
Right.
have to get out, see some cars.
I understand, yeah. Well, we won't hold you up too long. I'd like to get a peek under the hood.
Oh,
Let's
sure.
check it out, man.
Oh, come on.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it has to be pretty inside and out. You know,
Mhm.
that's the rule for my wife's truck. And we love this thing. It's been a lot of fun to get to build it and see it. And again, it truly is hers, because when I built my 53 Plymouth wagon that's right next to it,
Mhm.
I said that it was for my wife, and then we realized I had never let her drive
Yeah,
it. So
yeah.
this one is actually hers.
I understand.
And so that's why I got to ask permission to drive it. But
Wow.
I think she'll let me drive it pretty much whenever I want.
Wow, man, I'm looking at the body work on this thing going, man, that's super clean, buddy. Who did the body work on
It's
it?
huge. Yeah, Brian's Paint and Body did all the body work on it. It came out of a barn in Missouri, and it was actually a 3600. It was a long bed. We shortened it down.
Oh, wow.
Whole new
Yeah.
bed on there,
Yeah.
and we've loved it. It's been a lot of fun. She picked the color. She picked the interior. Kenwood Rod Shop did the interior too, but it's fun to get to do something that was totally for her. I just said, look, here's how we're going to build it. Let's make sure we do it this, and everything else you get to pick, and this is what we came up with.
Man, she's a Chevy girl. Gotta love that.
Right?
And you put all the good stuff in it too, man. That's beautiful.
You know, if you're gonna
Nice.
do it, you gotta do it right.
Yep.
Go crazy.
Yep. Let's get a peek at the interior, man.
Oh sure.
Seeing it up close is oh yeah, got the cool little horn going on there.
You have to-
Nice. He's got the good gauges in it. That's it's beautiful, man.
Thanks, man.
Nice build. Fun to drive too, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is. Both times that she's let me drive it, I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah. I understand. And the wagon sitting next to us, man, that thing's cool. Wow, you
Thanks.
don't see these every day.
Yeah, this is a 53 Plymouth wagon. It's actually a Suburban. They use the name until 58, I think. But this car was sitting behind Petty Enterprises for
Oh.
years, and one of my best friends is Kyle Petty, and so he had bought the car for his dad, the King, and I talked him into letting me have it
Wow, how about
somehow.
that? Nice.
And we
Yeah.
built this one also at Kenwood Rod Shop. This was a really big build with Summit Racing, but it's got a Heights Mustang 2 front end, Ford 9-inch rear.
Okay.
It's got a Blueprint 408 on the hood, under the hood. Starts out as a Chrysler 360 board out. It's got the fast EFI system on there.
Wow.
T56 6-speed vintage air in there. And yeah, did interior, did the Coker wide whites on this too. And this is one of those ones that's fun because the little touches, like my friends at the Retrofit Source built the headlights and they put my face in the headlights.
Yeah.
Which is not something that I would have done, but it was really funny that they were really excited to show me.
Dude, that's kind of odd, but that is so cool.
It's one of those ones
It
when
is.
it's like the bat signal when you pull into
Yeah.
the garage, you can see,
You see the
your
outline
face.
of your face on the wall.
Which is a little strange, but you know it works. But it's one of those things. This was this was such a dream come true for me. It's the first car that I had inside SEMA at Las Vegas. It was in the Odyssey Batteries booth.
Nice.
And both of these vehicles, we got a lot of support from them, got to be there. And the cool thing at SEMA, you can take a picture in front of a green screen and it'll print it out in front of either one of these. But
man, that's a lot of fun, isn't it?
It's really cool, man. I love it.
Yeah, let's see under the hood of this one. That wagon is so smooth, man. That's clean. Hey, is that latch easy to operate?
It's real. This is my favorite part.
His favorite part, getting the hood open on this. Odyssey Batteries stamped right on the face of this thing. How cool is that to have it debuted at SEMA?
Really cool. But anyway, you'll just have to trust me.
You'll have to trust him. The engine is clean, right?
It's really nice.
Hey, anybody got a hammer? No, don't hit it with a hammer. You're good. Well, if you have to wrestle with it every now and then, it's still worth it, buddy.
I didn't before today, but that's the joy.
Well, you know how classics are. You might have a nut or a bolt loose under there that won't allow you to open it. You never know. What color do you call that, man? You call that lime green or what?
The paint was just a number. My wife picked out the paint code for it. And if you go to Sherwin-Williams now, it will show up in the computer as Rutledge Wood Green, which is a really weird thing since I got the car
How cool is that?
from the king who paints everything petty blue.
Yeah,
But,
He's friends with the petties.
yeah, it's weird.
Dude,
That's weird, isn't it?
Dude, you got it going on, right?
So this was, when I painted this and we built the car, we said it was for my wife.
Yeah.
And then again, it turns out I never let her drive it. So that's why we built her the 49 Chevy truck. But
Well, all right.
a lot of fun.
Rutledge.
Hey, I'm glad y'all were
Hey,
here,
man.
man.
Well,
Of
I'm
all the
glad you're
times
here.
we have always tried to catch up at a show, it finally
I know.
worked.
Yeah.
Freezing our keisters off in a mall parking lot.
Well, overall, I got to compliment you on the builds, down to the coker white walls, the colors you chose. Your wife loves it, man. This is awesome.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate
Man,
y'all being here.
Always glad to know another car guy. All right.
Caffeine and Octane.
All right.
Woo!
Hey Pam, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks.
All right, welcome to Hot Rod Madness at Caffeine and Octane. You're the only one out here that I know of with a Opel GT. Wow, what year is that?
It's a 73.
A 73.
Mhm.
Yeah, you don't see these things anymore.
No, they're
That's-
very few.
Yeah, now did you pick this car out for maybe a family build or whatever?
No, actually bought it from a man in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
He restored it, and we bought it a few years ago,
Okay.
fully restored. Then after about a few months, the engine blew, and went through a big restore of the engine. So the
Yeah.
engine is ours.
Okay, how big is it?
It's been bored out from 1.9 to 2.0 liters.
Okay, so it's that's a little cruiser, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, she's faster than she was stock.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Nice. And it's purple.
Yes.
Yeah.
We put BMW brakes on it, so it will stop where you want it. It's got a 5-speed Gertrag engine.
Okay.
I mean, a transmission.
Yeah.
So
Wow, let's look at the engine. Can you
All
pop
right.
the hood? We'll get a peek at this. It's been such a while since I've seen a Opel GT all in one piece. And you really don't see these a lot. And they're usually standard colors. This is quite different. This is pretty cool.
this is actually a Sickens
yeah.
paint job that took 3 months
Okay.
because there were several layers that had to cure.
Yeah.
So it took 3 months to paint it.
All right.
So that's the depth of the purple that you see.
Sweet. That thing looks cool.
Yes.
Yeah. Little chrome valve cover on it. Little
Yes.
aluminum radiator.
Yes.
Looking good, lady.
Well, thank you.
All right. That is awesome.
Thank you.
Well, okay. Thanks for playing on Hot Rod Madness today.
Thank you.
Hey, David, how are you, sir?
Good, good. How are you
All
doing?
right, man. Welcome to Caffeine and Octane.
Thank you very much.
Man, when I see a Buick this old, I got to come over and ask what year it is, you know.
1956.
56 Buick. Wow, a Century, right?
Century,
Oh, yeah. You don't see too many of those anymore,
No,
right?
no, that's the reason I like it so well. It's not real popular.
Yep. David targeted one of the rarest vehicles you can find. Yeah, and it's sporting a small block Chevrolet, isn't it?
Small block Chevy, 350 with 350 transmission.
Yeah.
Chevrolet running gear all the way through the rear end.
All right. Yep, that might be the easiest and simplest way to put some horsepower to it and get around town.
A little bit more reliability than the old stuff. I like the old nail heads and you know, the old Buick running gear and all, but it's just a little bit more reliability out of this late model stuff.
Might be cheaper to buy parts for this here, right?
Yeah, it's hard to find them old parts.
Yeah,
right.
Easier to find parts.
Yeah.
Well, it looks pretty cool, man. AC, polished parts all over the engine and all.
Yeah, it needs a little cleanup. I hadn't had it long, but I'm enjoying it, and as the weather gets nice, I'm going to detail it out real nice.
Of course. Yeah, man, you can tell you enjoy it, man, by driving it.
Yeah.
If it's got dirt on it, you enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm actually working on another one just like it. And I'm going to have, you know, a lot more later model parts on it than this
Really?
one. Really?
So you got two of them?
I've got two, yes, sir.
Oh, man. All right. Now, is the chrome on that second one, is it in as good shape as this one?
No, not yet.
Wow.
I've got all that to do still.
Yeah. Man, I'm looking at the chrome on this one. Those big old gaudy front ends, that's just American styling, buddy. That's beautiful.
That's some real steel right there.
Yes, it is.
That's going to have a pretty penny and all that chrome time it's all said and done.
Yeah, I'll bet you will. Man, that is super cool. I want to see the interior, man.
Right.
Let's check it out. Yeah. Okay.
The dash has been custom done in it.
Wow.
The original dash parts were, you know, real unreliable and not very accurate, and just not real pleasing to look at. So
wow, the interior looks nice.
Yeah, we decided to redo the whole dash and put some later model pieces in it. Still got a lot of work to do, but this one I haven't owned as long as I have the other one. So the other one I'm having the option of doing what I want to it.
I'm a big fan of the red and white.
Yeah.
And they captured it here with the red pinstripe on it. I don't know if you call that pinstripe or not, but it's the traditional striping for the Buick.
Yeah, that's the original trim come on it. I actually put the red in it. It was a little bit bland without that red in the trim, so
that looks really good, man.
Added that to it.
I'm loving the wheels, the choice of wheels for this car.
Yeah.
It makes the whole car stand out.
Yeah. I bought those last summer.
Yeah.
I didn't really know what I was going to put them on, but they actually worked out well for this car.
Yeah,
so.
you did good, man. Yeah, that's cool. Well, all right, David. Thanks for showing your ride on Hot Rod Madness.
Sure, nice to meet you guys.
Man. Carlos, how are you, buddy?
Good.
All right, welcome to Caffeine and Octane, bud.
Yeah.
I'm loving the Impala, man.
Thanks.
That's beautiful. I love the color, the polished parts. What year is it?
1963 Impala.
63 Impala.
Yeah.
Now, did you and your dad build this car?
Yeah.
Pretty much. Man, that is awesome. I'm loving the way, I'm loving the colors, the way it's set up, man. Let's walk around here and check it out. Come on around here. Wow, there's a lot of polished parts under the hood. One of the front tires is 2 feet off the ground. All right, so the hydraulics under this thing, man, did you install them yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, you and your dad put that together?
Yes.
That's cool. Are you a local around here?
Yeah. We live like 15 or 10 minutes away from here.
Oh, okay. So you're here at Caffeine and Octane every time out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool, man. I'm loving it, man. I especially love the GM blue colors on this car. It makes the car stand out. You can see it all the way from up there at the top of the hill.
You don't really see those colors here.
Well, all right, man. I appreciate you showing your ride on Hot Rod Madness, buddy.